a good social event down here, but we should get to the formalities perhaps. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Carrie Ann McDougall. I'm a director with Downtown Charlottetown, Inc. Thank you for coming out to join us on this beautiful day in our beautiful city. Appreciate that. Thank you very much to our media and our guests for coming out. And I do just want to take a moment to say a special welcome to some of our special guests. Sean Casey, our Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Fisheries, Oceans, and the Canadian Coast Guard, and Member of Parliament for Charlottetown. Welcome. Dennis King, Premier of Prince Edward Island. Philip Brown, Mayor of Charlottetown. And Brian Howitt, Chair of the Charlottetown Library Learning Centre, Inc. So thank you all very much for being here. To start, I'd like to invite the Honourable Sean Casey, MP for Charlottetown, to join me at the podium to say a few words and deliver remarks on behalf of the Government of Canada.
Thank you very much, Carrie Ann. Good afternoon, everyone. A beautiful day in Charlottetown, and this is a big, big deal. Really, really happy to be with you. I want to begin by acknowledging that the lands in which we gather are the traditional territory of the Mi'kmaq people, Abegwit, the past, present, and future caretakers of these lands. I'd like to recognize our Premier, Dennis King, His Worship Mayor Philip Brown, Councillor Alana Yankoff, Brian Howitt, Chair of the Charlottetown Library Learning Centre, Inc., and all other interested stakeholders here. Je suis tellement fier d'être ici devant vous aujourd'hui pour une annonce bien anticipée et quelque chose qui va être tellement important pour notre centre-ville. Je sais qu'il y avait beaucoup de monde qui ont travaillé très fort pour cet événement aujourd'hui, pour cette annonce. Ça va être quelque chose qui va être vraiment bien utilisé par la communauté dans l'avenir. Folks, I'm here to make an infrastructure announcement on behalf of the Honourable François-Philippe Champagne, the Minister of Infrastructure and Communities. And the infrastructure program of the Government of Canada is one that is building communities right across Canada and investing in communities, whether it's in public transit, water, roads, or community centers in a project such as this one. This infrastructure plan is the most ambitious in the history of our country. $180 billion plan. Thousands of projects are underway or have been completed nationwide. Not just in Charlottetown, but I'm pleased to say, and today is a shining example, that we're getting our fair share. With respect to some of the projects under public transit, about 3,600 new buses are on the road, providing 100,000 additional seats for transit riders across the country. More than 4,900 buses have been refurbished to improve passenger comfort. Nearly 15,000 stops and shelters have been built or improved to better protect commuters from the elements. Over 400 transit stations are now easier to access so that people can make connections in good time. And these results are encouraging more people to take public transit, helping to reduce traffic congestion and air pollution. Water is also a big part of the infrastructure program of the Government of Canada. Improving water and wastewater infrastructure is critical to building a strong future. We've supported over 450 projects to reduce stormwater flooding and better protect people, homes, and businesses from the effects of climate change. And more than 1,400 clean water and wastewater systems have been built or repaired to ensure that Canadians have access to high-quality drinking water and to protect our waterways. And pleased to say that the new water source at Milton Vale Park is one such project. Another priority of our infrastructure plan is to build strong transportation infrastructure that helps our businesses compete and get their goods to customers quickly and easily. We've supported repairs and upgrades to more than 2,500 kilometers of roads and highways across the country, helped build over 190 kilometers of new highway, and funded more than 70 bridges so that Canadians can spend less time on the road and more time with loved ones. A nearby example would be the Cornwall Bypass. Community, cultural, and recreational centers are the heart of our communities. So we're proud to say that we've supported the construction and improvement of nearly 200 of these facilities through our infrastructure plan. This renewal will continue to pick up speed across the country in the coming months and years as more and more projects get off the ground. Our investments in communities throughout Prince Edward Island will help grow economies, build stronger, more inclusive communities, and safeguard the environment and health of Canadians for years to come. In PEI alone, we provided nearly $268 million to over 75 projects through the plan to date. And that brings us to the reason we are here today. I would like to announce the Government of Canada's commitment to invest more than $6.3 million to the new Charlottetown Library Learning Centre. This exciting new project will mean that Islanders will have a modern and accessible cultural space that will bring together all members of our community. Work involves moving the Charlottetown Library to a new building downtown that is more accessible and welcoming to all Charlottetown residents, tourists, and visitors alike. The new building will incorporate the latest in modern technology and design, provide a safe cultural and educational space for adults, youth, and families, including Indigenous peoples and vulnerable populations. Once complete, the library will support the economic strength and importance of downtown Charlottetown while providing inclusive cultural and educational programming. It will be a space that all Islanders can be proud of for generations to come. And in addition to that, as you know, the library is presently housed in the Confederation Centre of the Arts. We were pleased just a short time ago to announce a substantial operational funding increase for the Confederation Centre. The move of the library will free up space that will better allow for the Confederation Centre to deliver on its mandate. And I know one of the people who is here and happy for a multitude of reasons is Steve Bellamy from the Centre. And I also want to give a shout out to Downtown Charlottetown Inc. and to the body that has come behind this project. This didn't happen overnight. It's been at least a couple of years in the making. And it's a true testament, first of all, to the vision and drive of the people that want to make our community better. And they should take the fact that you have governments here announcing financial support in this project as a real vote of confidence in the talent, the vision, the ability, and the commitment of the people that have stood behind this project right from day one. I couldn't be more proud to be part of a government that sees the strength in community, that sees the strength in character, that sees the potential that exists for something like this. It's a good use of taxpayers' money, and I'm proud to be here on behalf of the government to convey that message to you. So congratulations to one and all. Really, really look forward to what this project has to hold. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Mr. Casey for that exciting announcement. I'd like to now invite Premier Dennis King to join up front to deliver remarks on behalf of the government of Prince Edward Island.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. MP Sean, Your Worship, Mayor Brown, Councillor Yankov, and all of you who are here today, who have made today possible. It is great to be here. I can't help but think this time last year I was sitting in the office in here working with Matt McGuire at M5, and a conceptual drawing appeared in the Guardian newspaper that essentially showed that the M5 offices would no longer be needed here in the Dominion building. And I remember musing to Matt, I said, do you ever think they'll get that project done? Do you ever think they'll get it done? And lo and behold, a number of months forward, all it took to get it done was the province to make sure it was signed off on and kicked up to MP Sean in Charlottetown to show that it was a priority for the infrastructure program. And little did I know this time last year that I would be here today announcing and taking part in this wonderful announcement. So certainly is sometimes you pinch yourself, right? But it is great to be here today. You know, libraries have become more than just buildings or spaces to house books. They're very much doorways into a world of ideas, of opportunity, and of hope. It is where we can learn about the past, understand the present, and discover the big ideas that will define our future. And Sean touched on a lot of things that are important, and I think what this does, not just for the culture of Prince Edward Island, but what it does for the economic activity and the social activity for the downtown of Charlottetown is really, really, really exciting and something that everybody should be proud of. I think it's important to recognize you never get a project like this started or over the line without somebody pushing it from behind. I know Dawn Allen is here. Dawn has never given up on this. She is a vicious fighter for downtown Charlottetown. She does her job very well, but I think this might be her one of her proudest moments, so certainly. Sometimes the easy job is the one Sean and I have, just to sign off on these things, but it really is amazing how this project has come to life, how it's been shepherded through oftentimes time-consuming and cumbersome process. But we're here today to announce something really, really amazing and something that's going to transform not just the city of Charlottetown, but transform a lot of lives in Prince Edward Island and beyond. As Premier and a lifelong learner myself, I'm very pleased to confirm that the provincial government is contributing more than $5.2 million towards the new library to locate it right here in the heart of downtown Charlottetown. The province will also have a role beyond that, as we will run the library through our PEI Public Library Service, providing staff and materials. When we support our community spaces, we are investing in the creativity, the talent, and the social inclusion of many generations to come. And that's mainly why I'm so excited to be here. The possibilities that exist with this new library, what they will offer to islanders, what they will offer to tourists, will be immeasurable. And, you know, the other part of this is also that even though libraries have changed in what they deliver and what they do on a daily basis, that reading and literacy are the very foundation of knowledge. And it's important that we continue to evolve and how we've done this, and what this will represent, I think, is opening up a world of knowledge to people. And where there is knowledge, there is power. And the leaders of our community coming in the next generations, it's important that we come together. We support these initiatives that empower islanders and develop the leaders of the future. I want to thank Sean. I know over the course of the time that I've been Premier, Sean has been a champion for many projects here in Charlottetown that we're trying to put forward. This has been on the top of his agenda for a very long time. He too has been dogged in his pursuit to get to today. So it's important that we recognize the contributions that he has made and the effort he has put towards getting this officially signed off at the federal level. So thank you very much, Sean, for that. I also want to recognize the staff in the PEI Library Service and also the senior levels of government who actually are the ones who make this happen every day. I'm glad to be part of a professional public service who go about their job so diligently. They're often people that we read about in the paper if they're blamed for something, but I don't think they ever get enough credit for the guidance and support that they do every day, that they provide not just to me, but to all Prince Edward Islanders. So all of those who've had a hand in this project from our level, thank you very much. This is a special day for you as well. And lastly, I would just acknowledge and thank the Charlottetown Library Learning Centre, Inc., the not-for-profit group, and its volunteers for their leadership and the efforts in helping to champion this project as well. This will be an exciting new community hub that will benefit islanders and visitors alike. This is a proud day for me as Premier. It's a proud day for all islanders. Keep up the great work, and I can't wait to be back to open it up. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Premier King. And now I'd like to invite Charlottetown Mayor Philip Brown to deliver remarks on behalf of the City of Charlottetown.
Merci beaucoup, Karianne. Et comme le député Sean Casey, Moi aussi, je suis très fier d'être ici comme le maire de ville, comme le conseiller Madame Yankov. C'est une occasion très, très spéciale parce que une bibliothèque dans une ville historique comme Charlottetown, c'est une bonne occasion de célébrer. And I want to acknowledge Sean Casey, our MP, the Premier of this great province, Dennis King. I saw the Minister of Education arrive a little late here, Brad Trivers, and also our councillor from, he's like a teacher, we always arrive late, and Councillor Yankov for being here today. And I can't go out, before going on, I have to mention Stan McPherson, because Stan McPherson is one person I've met a couple of times around town saying, Stan, when are we going to get this done? When are the wheels going to get going or moving on this project? And Stan said, look, Don Allen is working on it. I know Don is working on it because I'd be calling Don to say, Don, we have our money. We have $1.3 million commitment from the city. We're ready to go. Philip, yeah, there's an announcement coming up. We're waiting for the parliamentary secretary for the city of Charlottetown, Sean Casey, to come forward. And I just want to say to Sean and the Premier, we need more elections because this is great for announcements. It's great to have these announcements every other day. So, Sean, keep bringing them to Charlottetown, and I'll keep coming to the podium. So it's my pleasure to be here on behalf of Charlottetown City Council and our citizens. What a great, great announcement, and what a great place to incorporate a library in the old Dominion building that stood here since the early or mid 1950s. Now we're incorporating a library with condos above, and I've looked at other libraries around the region. The one in Halifax dropped into the library in Truro, Nova Scotia, dropped into the library at Cape Palais in Nouveau-Brunswick. And you know what? When I was in Summerside, I dropped into the Inspire Education Center. So I've been doing a lot of looking around. So Don, Stan, I have lots of ideas for this library. So I'll be talking to you about that too. The new Charlottetown Library Learning Centre is a welcome addition to Prince Edward Island's capital city and our birthplace of Confederation. The new library will add to the already historic and vibrant feel of our downtown. And I know Sean McIsaac as chair of DCI, Don Allen, the executive director, and the team at DCI is very excited for this announcement. And I am proud to be mayor of Charlottetown at this time. We are forever becoming a more diverse and welcoming community. Our landscape is changing all the while, keeping that small town feeling, friendly and historic feel. This new venue will welcome all walks of life looking to achieve something different. Somewhere to relax and read a book, to create a resume, or to work on a school project. I'm very, very keen to see what this venue will look like. It is a very big win for Charlottetown. And speaking to Steve Bellamy last week, I know that there will be a move from his facility over to this new library. So hopefully the federal government and the city and the province will join hands to help something new and creative for that building that we will exit. It is cultural spaces like this that offer citizens and visitors a comfortable place to enjoy everything the birthplace of Confederation has to offer, and to gather with family, friends, and neighbors. It is amazing to see what can happen when multiple levels of government come together to make strategic investments like this one here today. The federal contribution of $6.3 million, the provincial contribution of $5.2 million, and our contribution of $1.3 million is all about working together. And I hope that we can continue to work on other projects as multi-level partners to make not only this city a great place to live, but this whole region in this province. I commend the other two levels of government for their forward collaboration on this project. And as I said, more to come. We're waiting to hear from you and to work with you. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. And have a great day.
Thank you, Mayor Brown. I'd like to now welcome Brian Howitt, Chair of the Charlottetown Library Learning Centre, Inc., to speak on behalf of the project.
Good afternoon, everyone. After what the preceding three people have had to tell you, I'm not sure how much they've left for me. I don't know that. It's really very, very kind of them overall, but I'll do what I can here with the next couple of minutes. So, first of all, I want to thank you all for coming today, and a special welcome to Member of Parliament Sean Casey, Premium King, and Mayor Brown. When all three of you are in a presentation at the same time, we know that good things are about to be happening. I'm speaking to you today on behalf of the Charlottetown Library Learning Centre Board. That's the group that's been working with our financial supporters to bring this, what you will see over the next period of time, to bring it to reality. The project has its beginnings, as I believe Sean probably noted earlier, about 2.5 years ago. Downtown Charlottetown Inc., and by way of explanation of why Downtown Charlottetown Inc., we're the business improvement area organization that represents downtown Charlottetown. I'm one of the board members, as is Carrie Ann beside me here, and there are several others in the crowd. DCI has a mandate to work with business to create and maintain a vibrant downtown. Working in one of the areas in which we worked with that mandate led us to some discussions in 2017, which we initiated discussion and meetings with interested organizations, including our colleagues and good friends across the street at the Confederation Centre, government representatives, and others to explore the idea of a new library learning centre. Similar developments had happened across Atlantic Canada, Halifax, Truro, Summerside, with outstanding, excellent results achieved through them. Very impressive. So that's prompted quite a lot. Certainly helped to drive further conversation on it. During the meetings and discussions, the concept was received with enthusiasm, a lot of enthusiasm. But we at DCI recognized, which someone has already recognized earlier in the discussion today, that the interest and enthusiasm can only go places if it had a voice. Someone has to push. So DCI decided to be that voice. Led by the tireless efforts of our executive director, Dawn Allen, and thank you for your comments about her earlier, saves me having to make them. A working group was formed to be the champion for the project and see if we could move it forward. Over the next 20 months, we engaged with potential financial supporters, interested parties, people who would have a role in one way or another to say, how could we move this project forward and make it a reality? Ultimately, what the working group has done is bring together the people who had the vision, the interest, and the resources to take what was a concept, where we started, into a plan to bring it to reality. With the financial support that's announced today from the federal, provincial, and municipal governments, the project will move into a new phase. It will move from dreaming to creating, from ideas into reality. There's much work still to be done, but today's announcement is the critical step that we needed to allow it to move forward. This new facility will be an incredible addition to downtown Charlottetown. It will create an exciting, appealing new hub for community connections, activities, learnings, and more. It will bring more people together more often and add a new richness to the city's already engaging character. MP Casey, Premier King, and Mayor Brown, on behalf of DCI and the Library Board, I want to thank you very sincerely for your support. Ultimately, this support will impact thousands of visitors and residents alike, and people both in Charlottetown and across the province. Today, the new work will get started. And in just a short time, the space in which we stand today will be a much, much different place. I'm looking forward to standing there then. Thank you.
And thank you to Brian Howitt. And thank you all for coming out to hear this very exciting news for our city. And while today was very exciting, it's just the beginning. So thanks again so much for your time and your support. There will be some photos happening, and then I'm sure there will be opportunities for the media to speak to our distinguished guests as well. So thank you and enjoy your